Hi everyone, I'm VortexTCG, and today I'm going to be showcasing you a deck profile of something that has been a deck that I wanted to showcase quite a lot of the time, but I never really found a way to play it in the best way possible, and it's always been a bit of a weird deck, especially when it debuted in EX2. This is Kuzuhamon, and while this isn't Kuzuhamon, this is mainly Kazuha focused, we still do play the maid mode, and when I look at these cards, I look at them and go, wow, there's some really nice consistency cards in this deck. But at the same time, I realize that this deck can also be very bricky. So in my version, I kind of want to make sure that we do not brick, find the pieces that we need, and at least go for a combo that can stop or prevent your opponent from winning on the following turn. If you want to see more gameplay videos of this deck, or maybe some deck profiles in the future, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link down the description down below, and let's get straight into the Kazuha/Sakuya maid mode deck profile. Okay, and so let's get into the deck profile for Kazuha/maid mode. To start off with the eggs, obviously it's going to be the 4 VortexTCG. I mean, this card just does pretty much everything that you need in this deck. Play an option card, 2 or more, draw a card. Yep, I'll take that. Drawing a card is quite nice, and there isn't really a better fit currently, so we play 4 of it. Then let's get on to the level 3s, and so what we're going to start off with is a brand new one. It's the Renamon from EX4. It would be 1, but we only play VortexTCG, so it costs nothing. On play, until the end of your opponent's turn, 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 4k DP or less can't attack, and when you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, gain 1 memory. The main thing about this card is the memory gain here, but slowing down your opponent is always very nice and something that you need to consider in this build, so we definitely do play 4 of this, mainly for the memory though. We then play 4 more Renamon. This is the searcher for the plugins and the tamer, so reveal top 4, add 1 option card with plugin in its name and 1 yellow tamer card among them, and then this inheritable, when you use an option card with 2 cost or more, do minus 2k for the turn. So it's not as good, but we do need the search. We want to be as consistent as possible with this deck, so yeah, definitely something that we need to consider. Then we have 4 Renamon. It's all Renamon. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Kuzuhamon, Taomon, or Sakuyamon in its name, and 1 Rika Nonaka among them for the rest of the bottom. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, gain 1 memory. So again, mainly for the memory effect here, but the search is quite nice as well. It's very important to note as well that I believe all the cards all the brand new cards also count as these cards, like the QB and the Tau, so just keep that in mind because they will have a special card text about them as well. So yeah, so we play 12 rookies here, and that's all you really need, all in-house archetypal, which is quite nice. So let's get onto the level 4s, and so we are playing 4 Kuzuhamon here. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 option card with plugin in its name and add it to your hand. Place the rest of the bottom of the deck in any order, and then minus 2k DP when you use an option card. Again, just getting some more searches. We don't play many plug-in cards as is, so just getting more and more searches of these option cards is going to be very important in this deck. We also play 4 Yokomon. This counts as a Kuzuhamon, just so you know. Costs 2 to digivolve from a Renamon, which is going to be always here. Effect. Allows you to, on play or when digivolving, 1 of your Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So very nice here. It's a card that you play out from the Kuzuhamon, and then your turn, once per turn, do minus 2k DP. So it's a very similar thing that happens a lot in this deck, but yeah, gain 2k DP. And then for the final card, I'm playing 2 Kuzuhamon from BT10. This card is still good, but I don't really like it as much as I used to. Activate 1 of the effects below when digivolving. Return 1 option card with plugin in its name, or by trashing an option card with plugin in its name from your hand, draw 2. So the consistency here is, you know, it's pretty good. I want this to be as consistent as possible, and these cards help you let it become as consistent as possible. So we play to that. So let's get onto the level 5s here. I'm playing 4 Taomon. I know people are going to be like, why are you playing 4 of this one? But if I'm being perfectly honest, playing a Rika for free is very important, and I'd rather see this card than the Talmon most of the time. So yeah, I definitely do prefer playing this Talmon over the other ones. So we play 4 of this, same DP reducing effect, but yeah, the main thing about this card, playing the Tamer for free, and you need to find that Tamer, so I do value it quite a lot. We also have 2 more Talmon. This is the card that I think most people go for, but for me, I just kind of want to have the consistency of playing the Tamer out as much as possible. So we play 2 of this. Oh, sorry, I didn't even explain it. This allows you to play an option card with plugging its name from your hand without paying, without meeting its color requirement and without paying its cost. So essentially, you're going to be playing the green plugin to digivolve into a Kuzuha or a Maid Mode or a Sakuya, depending on what build. So it does obviously provide a lot of value, but for me, if I'm being perfectly honest, if it's not the other Tamer, I don't really care. So we play 2 of that. And then we also play 2 Dumon. This is counted as a Talmon. On play and when digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k DP or less to its hand, and it has the minus 2k DP effect as well. So again, this is just a card that you can play from the Kuzuhamon to disrupt your opponent even more, and I think that is very valuable. So I do play 2 of this. I know there's a case that you don't play any of this at all, but I think the bouncing effect is very nice, and it also is level 5, so then you can go into a Kuzuha or a Maid Mode on the following turn. So I think it just helps itself quite a lot, and so I play 2 of it. Then we get on to the level 6s. I'm playing 3 Kuzuhamon. This card is treated as a Sakuyamon. When you on Digivolve, you can play an option card with a cost of 5 or less in your hand without paying its cost. And then your turn, once per turn, when an option card with a cost of 2 or more, you may play a Talmon or a level 4 or lower level yellow or blue Digimon card from this Digimon's Digievolution sources without paying the cost. So for the yellow and blue cards, you're able to disrupt your opponent a lot more, or you can just play the Talmon out for free, and then you're able to also obviously play out an option card for free as well. So very powerful effects, and yeah, this card is very good. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it, to be honest. I know we've seen it a little bit in Blue Flare, but I think this deck needs, well, not this deck, but like this card needs to be valued a lot more when it's built in its own deck. We then have 3 Sakuyamon Maid Mode. Similar effect, allows you to use an option card with plug in its name or a yellow option card that has a cost of 7 or less from your hand without meeting its color requirements or paying its cost. And then you put the option card used with this effect on top of your security stack face down, instead of putting it in your trash. And then when attacking, you can Digivolve into a Sakuyamon in your hand for a cost of 1, ignoring its Digievolution requirements. This is obviously a great tool to disrupt your opponent and use obviously a lot of the options that we do have access to. So we do play 3 of it. We don't play the Sakuyamon anymore because I don't think it does enough in the current game state. We then play 4 Digievolution Plugin S. Apologies for the proxy here, because I still, for some reason, don't have one. But all the plugins allow you to play it for free if you have a Tamer in play. Main effect, draw 1, and then you may Digivolve into one of your Digimon into a card from your hand without paying its Digievolution cost if the cost is 3 or less. So yeah, very, very important card that you want to be playing in this deck. It's your main combo piece. Security effect, reveal the top 3 cards of your hand, add 1 Digimon card among them from your hand, place any of them to the bottom of the deck in any order, then add this card to your hand. Alright, and so let's talk about the other options that we play, which is Offensive Plugin A and High Speed Plugin D. Respectively, these cards are very similar. This one gives jamming, this one gives security attack, but the Plugin A allows you to do the same reveal effect, whereas this one is just a draw 1. So I played just two of these because if I'm being perfectly honest, you just want to see the green mainly, or the option cards you want to play from your Doru or the Sakuya. So yeah, I mean, you can play like more, you can play the black one, but in my opinion, I don't think it does enough anymore. This one's good for more aggression, and this one's just good for, you know, dealing with like stuff like Royal Knight, for example, which has usually high DP values as is, so this helps you with that. So yeah, just play 2 other plug-in cards. We also play a brand new card in Odin's Breath, and let me tell you, this card is it's kind of crazy. If this card were to be trash, you could activate the main effect anyways. Main effect, give one of your opponent's Digimon -3k DP, and if there are 6 or fewer total cards in both play security stacks, all of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -1. You can play this for free from your Kazuha or your Maid mode, and essentially it is kind of like a mini Venusmon of sorts. So having access to this card is very nice, especially in security. So something that I am definitely testing and has been giving me some pretty good results. So I am playing 2 of it. Let's talk about the Tamers, and of course we're playing 4 Riko Nanaka. This is your main enabler for the deck. Essentially it says allows you to gain free memory if you're lower, and then when you attack, you can, if you attack a Digimon with Renamon, Kyubimon, Tawon, or Sukyumon in its name, you can suspend this to play an option card with a plugin. So very nice way to, you know, get some more value from your plugins, because you're going to be playing mainly the green one, or if you're doing a massive swing turn, you'll be playing the red one or the blue one. So very nice tamer. You need to play 4 of it essentially. And we also just finished off the deck list with 2, Tai and Kari. This card is just to help with memory and also do some more minus DP. If you have 3 or fewer, gain a memory. If your opponent has 3 or fewer, you also get a memory. And then tap this to give -2k. So very nice card, helps you with some of the memory problems that this deck has. So yep, that is the Tamers. So that has been my thoughts and my deck profile on Kuzuhamon. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird deck. It's definitely evolved over time. Previously it was just a Sakuya stack, and then we also got the benefits of Maid mode, but now we've got a Kuzuhamon that has a little bit more adaptability but loses the minus DP that the deck previously had. And yeah, it's a very interesting deck, and I think it requires a lot of tinkering, or to the point where you don't even play a lot of the Sakuya/Kazuha stuff, and you end up playing a different version. And I will be showcasing you a different version of this deck in the future, which plays very differently, let's just say that. So if you're looking forward to that, or maybe just some gameplay videos of this deck in the future, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.